Hey everybody, it's Operation Destroy and welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today in Boom Beach, I am going to show you our awesome task force. We are a 10-member task force known as the Ministers of Pain. I like it. It has a nice little ring to it. Anyways, guys, here's our 10-man task force. We have a great bunch of guys here that currently we are taking on Bottleneck, and we have 7,935 force points. So basically, guys, I want to show you exactly and go through the bottleneck we did today. We did defeat this bottleneck operation, and I like to go over the attacks because we have a great bunch of guys that just know what they're doing. You don't even really need notes on these bases because they just know. So checking out Bearded Wonder destroying Duality. We all know how you play Zookas on this one. Normally, we have Warrior Rushers go in and destroy some of the defenses so we can limit our shocks. But Sir Bearded Wonder here had enough GBE to, I think, pull off, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 shocks. So beginning his Zooka run, he lines them up perfectly. Nothing can hit him on the beach because there is no defense that can reach the beach. So he is carefully and just throwing his Zookas out there. He's going to take smoke here now because that laser beam will fire at his Zookas and it will annihilate them. So once he positions his Zookas there, he finally flares right to the last rendezvous point here. This is where the Zookas are gonna go crazy on the core. So he smokes beautifully. A couple of them will hit some boom mines and perish. Other than that, watch his beautiful shocking treatment here on these defenses. He shocks the laser, the flamers, the rockets, and the shock. Actually 5 shocks, guys. He sent out 5 shocks here. He had enough for 5 shocks. And he's blasted the core with the barrage and his Zooka power. And just like that, boom, Bearded Wonder annihilates Duality soloing that base, you guys. Give it up for Bearded Wonder, okay? Awesome, dude. Good job. So with that attack, I probably should speed it up a little bit, right? Because it could take some time. We'll go double time. So next up to bat is Racer 829 Racer. He attacks Commodore, and you know it's all Zooka here. So I'm going to put this in 2 times speed here so we can get going. He's basically going to just barrage these mines so his Zookas do not run over them, because we all know that the Zookas, if they hit 2 mines, they're toast. So he's doing a good job destroying these mines here, and yep, once that's done, I think he's going to come here and flare his Zookas as anybody would do, smoking Zookas to the core on Commodore. He begins his smoky here because the machine gun was eyeballing his Zookas. He needs to be very careful here because mortars, shock launchers, rocket launchers are already eyeballing his Zookas. So as he makes a rocket already fired, and then finally he makes his final approach here at the core, and he heals his Zookas up real quick because they're gonna hit that mine. He flares and he has enough for what, 1 shock, and he does considerable damage to this core, almost soloing it, but not close enough. Racer, awesome job, man. Congratulations. Normally it takes 2 players to defeat Commodore, and they don't usually do that damage on the first run. So good job, buddy. Shane, another awesome player, attacks Wallop here, and he uses all Zookas. As you can see, guys, we're an all Zooka clan, it seems like here. First and foremost, he flares his troops. Now, he's going to have to smoke on deployment because the rockets, there are, what, 5, 6, 7 rockets poised and a shock launcher to completely annihilate his troops. So he has to be very careful while, see, look, the rockets are already firing, and they just took out a couple Zookas there. And now he has to be careful, and he's going to plant his Zookas up above the mortar and cannon here. He needs to be very precise with his smokes, but as you can see, his Zookas are kind of spreading out, and now they're running in a more straightforward motion. But as he gets to that point there, he's going to, he has a lot of places to shock here. He has a rocket up top there, and yeah, this is going to be quite the shocking treatment here, but he needs to do that, and we'll see what he does. So Shane, good luck, buddy. Here we go. So here he is blasting now. We got rockets. We got mortars flying out of Zookas. Great try, though, Shane. You did an awesome job. You took at least half the core out, more than half the core. You did a spectacular job, buddy. Hats off to you. Everybody give it up for Shane on Wallop. So there we go there. And up next, Godzilla. He destroys Wallop, and he's using the skanks. So let's check out his attack here, and we'll speed it up to 2 times. And there he goes here with the Scorchers and tanks. He shocks that shock. That's very vital there because that shock can prohibit and slow down your attacks. So he's just blasting away at defenses, and then he flares him back to the beach. His Scorcher just went down, one of his Scorchers, and then he's shocking the boom cannons. He decides to, let's go pick on the boom cannons because those are tanks and Scorchers' worst enemy. So here he goes, guys, taking them out. He smokes his tanks. He kind of smokes them back. They're kind of playing like, you know, hey, let's move it up, move back, and then finally let's see, what does he do here? What's he doing? Where did he flare to? Oh, he actually flared him next to the core. His tanks are actually hitting. I got confused a little bit there, but well done, Godzilla, for finishing Wallop. Thank you. That was a great job. So everybody give Godzilla a hand. Great using those tanks and Scorchers. Next, LeChoke James. He attacks TechCrunch here. And this was an epic attack, you guys, because we needed somebody to destroy the rocket launchers, the 6 rocket launchers near the core there for a Zuka rush. And he did just that. Basically, he knocked them pretty much all out. Just watch us play. It's a pretty killer attack here. He takes care of those mines, and then let's speed it up a little bit, and we'll get his warriors out here in a second. He's just kind of contemplating, let's see, how am I going to do this? And then, well, here we go. He lets it all out, and he flares his warriors right to the machine gun, and then finally, he's going to flare right to those rockets. And look at the beautiful formation of those warriors. And then next, but he's going to have to be shocking some rockets. And yeah, watch him just go crazy on these rocket launchers. He throws some critters out, and if you look at them, they're just kind of just spreading. He flares them over to this one right here, takes out that one. He flares over to that one, and they take out that rocket. And he tries to get this last rocket. He does a fair amount of damage to it before all his warriors die to their death. And you guessed it, next attack was a takedown of TechCrunch. So again, LeChoke James, congratulations. Great run with those warriors, buddy. And ZZZZ takes it down here with all Zukas. So what you see here, he's probably going to barrage or artillery that rocket. Yes, he is. There it goes. And now it's just a simple get your Zukas up there, and we are in business. So I'm assuming he's going to take care of some mines here so he can create a path for his Zukas to run. So he's doing just that right now. And let's speed up to 4 times so we can get this thing going, because it takes a long haul to get those Zukas up there. So here he goes here, running the Zukas up to the left side, and then finally he begins to smoke them as they make their approach. A couple of them are going to get shocked here, it looks like, but nothing's going to hinder them from taking this base down, you guys. And then finally, he needs to just shock that mortar and flamethrower and let them just take it out. And there he goes. Now he's just, as you can see, I have it in 4 times because there's a shield generator on this thing, and we need to speed it up for it so it doesn't take super long. So here is Zuka's go, blasting away TechCrunch, and then there it is right there, and blast. Down goes TechCrunch. Great job, ZZZ. Everybody give him a hand. Awesome job. And finally moving on, yes, Commodore, as we remember, Racer, 829 Racer took care of most of it, and I was just kind of cleaning up. I used all Zukas. I actually didn't lose any Zukas. I was actually impressed because let's go 4 times here. I placed my Zukas out, and I do the same path that 829 Racer did, and I smoked my troops all the way up. I almost got one picked off over there by that machine gun, and then I place them over here. I love this part. I'm gonna go half times. Let's watch this. I flare the core, and I begin my shocks. If you just watch, it just takes 1 blast, and this core is down. It's pretty cool. Boom, and down it goes. Commodore is toast. So there it is. I am cleaning up Commodore. Not a big challenge. It wasn't too bad at all. So there I go, taking Commodore down. And finally, last but not least, there's a gentleman in our task force named Shockcrest. Awesome guy. He's very good with his tanks and medics, Scorchers and so forth. And here he is taking down Ballast here. At last, he takes down Ballast for the last base. So here he is, playing with his scorchers. He knows he doesn't even shock those defenses because his scorchers are so boosted. He then flares onto this shock blaster here because he knows if he doesn't, it'll chip away at the scorcher's health, and he just wants to get rid of it. So he does that, and then he flares up to get a little bit more GBE here with these mini cores here. Just before he just goes crazy on these rockets over here. So as we see here, he brings his scorchers down and he says, all right, you want me to flame those flamethrowers? I will do that. I will fire flames just like they are. And he takes them out, no problem. And here they are. Rockets are just hitting them from all corners of the screen. And he's just, look at his scorchers are just mighty in strength. And they just, now it's just fun time, playground time with these rocket launchers and snipers. He does have some boom cannon in there that's attacking his scorchers. He does throw a shock there to subdue it for some time. But look at his scorchers go to town on these rocket launchers, and he is just going crazy on them. I think he only lost one scorcher if I recall. And he just, I mean, they weren't all in looking great health. They were kind of low in health. There goes that one scorcher. And as you can see, the health on the core is going down. And boom, Ballast is down at last. So great job to Shotcrest. Give him a hand, everybody. Awesome job, dude. So there we guys on Bottleneck. We have another op coming up in 50 minutes. But I just wanted to show you that. Like I said, it was just a quick video on our task force and the operation we're currently running. And if you guys have any comments, leave them down below. Give us a thumbs up if you like the attacks. And I appreciate everything, guys. I thank you so much for all your channel support. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.